Minister of State with responsibility for financial services, credit unions and insurance at the Department of Finance, Jennifer Carroll McNeill, is in Limerick today and she's on the line right now. Good morning to you, Minister. Now, a lot of people listening to this show have been credit union members probably since they were children and remain so. And one of the criticisms we often hear of the banking sector in general is there isn't enough competition in the country. What are you proposing to do with credit union legislation that might alter that?
Oh, good morning. I'm so glad to be here and meeting credit unions from across Limerick today to talk to them about exactly that. And credit unions, I'd love to see more and more credit unions take the opportunity to do current accounts, but crucially to do mortgage lending. And there are credit unions already doing that, but I think it can be very significantly expanded. Credit unions are the most trusted brand in Ireland. They're in every community in Ireland. They have a physical presence where you can meet an actual person and have a real conversation with them about your life and your needs and the different things going on. And credit unions have quite a lot of assets, 20 billion euro in assets, but only about 5 billion of that is lent out at the moment. So I think there's a very significant opportunity to extend that.
And as you know, Minister, a lot of what credit unions have ends up on deposit with commercial banks who then lend it out themselves in effect, which does seem a little odd.
So wouldn't it be much better to see that members' money with credit unions lent out directly to members right across Ireland? And as I said, there are many credit unions already doing that, and credit unions are already really strong in agricultural lending, but there's so much more that can be done about SMEs, supporting local business, mortgage lending, doing lending for retrofitting homes, and their opportunity to extend lending as between the credit unions is very significant, and that's what I'm trying to encourage with the legislation. But to be honest with you, it's very much in collaboration with credit unions right across Ireland who really want to take further steps now into being a real presence, a real banking presence.
But will it require some alteration in how credit unions are currently regulated?
Their opportunity to do mortgage lending is already there, and there are higher limits available to many credit unions. So more can be done even without legislation. But I think this legislation will take it even further. It'll give the opportunities to work together, to collaborate, to bring mortgage products together in a more efficient and cheaper way, and that will make it better for members to be able to get it. The other thing it'll do is it means if you go into your local credit union and they have decided for their own reasons they don't want to do mortgages or current accounts, they'll be able to now refer you to a different credit union that is doing that.
And so do you envisage a situation, Minister, then where all of your banking could be done, all of the relevant services with a credit union without necessarily having recourse to a commercial bank?
Absolutely. And that's already the case with some credit unions. And when you look at the current accounts that are offered, the really excellent technology they have around their apps and what's possible and how easy it is to use that, to be able now to get quick lending, as many credit unions are already doing on personal loans, and to extend that to the full suite of what you might need in your life. First-time buyers looking for mortgages, being able to do that in a quick, efficient way, but always with somebody there. The credit unions can do this differently. They have a brand that's trusted. They have people on the ground. They have relationships with their members, and they can offer the finance that's necessary to rebalance the banking sector overall in Ireland. There's an opportunity for a really genuine community bank here, and I think it's a marvellous chance.
The other thing, Minister, people will be well aware listening this morning of Northern Trust, a significant employer in the Ballysimon area of Limerick and a big multinational, of course, in financial services. What's happening there this morning?
Well, I'm going to meet Northern Trust this morning to meet the staff there, to hear about what they're doing. It's really significant that there's so much financial services happening right across Ireland, not just in Dublin. There's 1,400 people working in Northern Trust this morning, so I'm looking forward to going and supporting them and hearing about the work that they're doing and their plans for the future. And after that, I'll be meeting about 8 credit unions to sit down and have a really good conversation with them, from Coshuna, Kilmallock, Sarsfield, Limerick and District Credit Union, Bruff, and to hear about what's going on right across Limerick for their members. So 2 different parts, financial services and credit unions, but I'm going to get a really great sense of what's going on for Limerick business, for right across the board today. Right.
Well, a lot of credit union members will be very interested in this legislation as it's piloted through part of your area of responsibility. Minister of State Jennifer Carroll McNeill, who's in Limerick today, thank you for joining us.